All right, welcome bowling fans. This will be the last non-conference match before tournament play. We've got Napoleon versus Tinora tonight. We'll start over here on the boys' side. If you didn't join us for our NLL broadcast, both the boys and the girls both won the NLL tournament, as well as took first place in the NLL conference this year. For the girls, I think it's been 5 years in a row, and for the boys, 4 years in a row. All right, Tinora's up on lane number 4. And a strike for him to get things started for Tinora. Preston Miller's up on lane number 1 for Napoleon. Another Tinora bowler on lane number 3. Gets started with 8, leaves the 2-8. Preston with 9, leaves the 7-pin. Tinora with the 9 count, leaving the 9-pin, or I'm sorry, the 7-pin on lane 2. Logan Honeman up on lane number 3 now for Napoleon. Starts out with a strike. Spare for Preston on lane number 1. Nice spare pickup there for Tinora on lane number 4, picking up the 2-8. And a missed spare opportunity by Tinora on lane number 2. Brennan up now on lane number 1. Ashton on lane number 3. Ashton with a strike. Brennan with the 8 count, leaves the 3-6. Another strike for Tinora on lane number 2. Riley Ayler's up now on lane number 3. Brennan picks up his spare down on lane 1. Riley with 9 count, leaving the 4-pin. Tinora light into the pocket on lane 2, picks up 7, leaves to 1, 2, and 4. Riley now, spare attempt, lane 3. Picks it up. Tinora with a strike down on lane number 1. Spare attempt from Tinora, picks it up on lane 2. Tinora down on lane 1, goes left to the head pin, picks up 9, leaves a 10-pin. 9 count for Tinora on lane 3, leaving the 5. Preston up on lane 2, Logan on lane 4. Preston comes in a little light, ends up splitting, leaving the 2-10. Logan with a strike on lane number 4. Spare attempt from Tinora on lane 3, picks it up. Ashton Kiesling now, lane number 4. That one goes just a little high and splits, leaves the 4-7 and 9, or 4-6 and 7, sorry. Preston picks up 1 out of the 2. 9 count for Tinora on lane 1, leaving a 10-pin. Spare attempt from Ashton, picks up 1 out of the 3. Tinora now, spare attempt on lane 1. Won't pick up anymore. That'll be a 9 count for him in the second frame. If somebody can give me a shout out in the chat, let me know you guys can hear me. I appreciate it. Brennan picks up a spare on lane number 2. Riley now, lane 4, picks up the strike. Logan Honeman now, lane number 3. And it gives the 10 a little tap, but it doesn't go down, so a 9 count there for him on the first ball. Preston knocks all 10 back into the pit for a strike. That was on lane number 1. Tinora missing the head pin on lane 2, picks up 6, leaving the 1, 2, 4, and 7. Brennan now down on lane 1, Napoleon. Picks up 9, leaves the 9 pin. And Logan missed his spare attempt on lane number 3. So he'll end up with 9 in this third frame. Tinora, nice cover there in lane number 2, picks up his spare. Ashton picking up 8, leaving the 1, 2, and 8 arms. Yeah, 1, 2, and 8. Looks like he picked up 7. I thought it was 8. Spare attempt from Tinora in lane number 4. Picks up 3 out of the 4. Good attempt there for him. Ashton now, spare attempt. Picks it up, nicely done. Tricky little spare there. 9 count for Tinora on lane 2, leaving the 10 pin. Nice ball there from Tinora on lane 4 for a strike. That's a double for Tinora. Riley with a nice ball, strike on lane 3. Spare attempt on lane 2 by Tinora is unsuccessful. Tinora picking up 9, leaving a 7 pin down on lane 1. Logan up now, lane number 4. Nice ball there from Logan, picks up the strike on lane 4. Preston Miller up now on lane 2, ends up picking up 6, leaving the bucket, the 2, 4, 5, and 8. Tinora picking up 9 on lane number 3, leaving a 7 pin. Spare successful for Tinora on lane number 1. Ashton goes high, hits the head pin flush, leaves the 6-10, picks up 8. Preston picks up his spare on lane 2. Strike for Tinora down on lane 1. Ashton converts to 6-10. And Tinora misses their spare attempt on lane 3. So a 9 count for him. I believe it's the 4th frame. Brennan picks up 6, leaves the 1, 2, 4, and 8. Strike for Tinora on lane number 3. 7 count for Tinora on lane number 1, leaving the 2, 4, 5. Riley also leaves the 2, 4, 5 on lane number 4 for Napoleon. Nice pickup there by Brennan for the spare. Tinora picks up the spare on lane number 1. Riley now his spare attempt. Got it. Logan now lane number 3. Goes left of the head pin, but it carries Brooklyn's side. It's 2 strikes in a row for him. Preston now lane number 1. Also going left of the head pin, picks up the strike. 8 count on lane 4 for Tinora, leaving the 2 and the 4. 10 pin left for Tinora on lane number 2. Ashton up. Nice ball by Ashton there for a strike. Brennan misses the head pin, ends up leaving the 1, 2, 8, and 10. Not an easy spare to convert. Riley now, lane number 3. And he drives all 10 back for a strike. Spare pickup by Tinora on lane number 4. Nice pickup by Brennan, picking up the 1, 2, 8, and 10. Not an easy conversion. Tinora misses the 10 pin on lane number 2. Another strike for Tinora on lane number 4. There's a strike by Tinora on lane number 2. And 9 count for Tinora on lane number 3, leaving the 2 pin. Logan up now, lane number 4. He's got a double working in the 4th and 5th frames. Now make that 3 in a row. All right, thanks for the call out on the audio. Ashton Kiesling up on lane number 4. And he comes in light, misses the head pin, picks up 7, leaving the 1, 2, and 4. Tinora picking up 8, leaving the 6, 10 on lane number 3. Another 1, 2, 8, and 10 by Tinora on lane 1. Picks up 3 out of 4. Ashton picks up the spare on lane number 4. Preston picking up 7 on his first ball on lane 2. Looks like the 4, 7, 8 left. Riley now, lane 4. Nice ball there. Back-to-back strikes for Riley. So we'll switch over to the girls' match. Alexa just bowled on lane 6, ended up leaving the 1, 2, 8, picked up 7. Tinora now on lane number 7. Looks like she picked up 3 there, 4. Carly now on lane number 8, trying to pick up the washout. Picks up 2 out of the 4. Alexa now, spare attempt, misses to the right. Sophia with a strike just a moment ago over on lane number 5. And Tinora will pick up about 3 more, I think, for a total of 7 on lane number 7. Tinora swings that one out wide on lane 6, picks up 1. Alexa now up on lane 5. Comes in light, ends up leaving the washout, the 1, 2, 4, and 10. Tinora with a strike down on lane 8. Keegan Schuster up now. Comes in just a little light, picks up. Can't tell if it's 8 or 9. 9, leaving just the 2 pin. Spare attempt by Tinora on lane 6. Gets all but 1, so a total of 9 for her in the 5th frame. Tinora up now, lane number 6. Picks up 6, leaving the 1, 2, 8, and 9. Alexa picks up 3 out of 4, so another open frame. Total of 9 in the 5th frame for her. Another strike for Tinora on lane number 8. Keegan picks up the spare on lane number 7. Tinora's girls team is bowling down a bowler tonight. So, but since this is a non-conference match, they're just bowling more for practice than anything. Napoleon will see Tinora on Thursday and Friday, or I'm sorry, yeah, Thursday and Friday for the sectional. Tinora is part of our sectional. Ariana Kiesling up now, lane 7. There's a strike for her. Tinora picking up 1 out of 2 on lane 5. Keegan coming in light, leaves the bucket, the 2, 4, 5, and 8. Macy Eicher on lane number 6 picks up picked up 6, but I don't see where it scored it yet. There. Oh, 7. It's giving her 7. Nope, giving her 6. Looks like they've got Macy bowling as a Tinora player. So since Tinora is down a bowler, Carly picks up the spare on lane 7. Strike by Ariana on lane number 8. That's a double for her. Sophia Coors up now on lane 6. Picks up 7, leaves the 2, 4, and 7. Macy now picking up 7, leaving the 1, 2, and 8. Tinora picking up 6 on lane number 7, leaving the 1, 3, 6, and 9. Carly coming in light and paying full penalties, splitting, leaving the 2, 4, and 10 on lane number 8. Sophia now, spare attempt, picks it up. Nicely done on lane 6. Macy now, her spare attempt. Picks up 1 out of 3 on lane 5. Tinora misses their spare opportunity on lane 7. Ends up with a total of 6. Carly picking up 2 out of the 3 for a total of 9 on lane number 8. Alexa picking up 7 on lane number 6, leaving the 2, 4, and 8. Tinora picking up 9 on lane number 7, leaving the 10 pin. Alexa Miller, spare attempt, and she won't convert, so a total of 7 for her. That would be in the 6th frame. Tinora on lane 8 comes in light, picks up 7. Sophia picks up 6 on lane number 5, leaving the 1, 2, 4, and 7. And Tinora missed their spare on lane number 7. And a strike for Tinora on lane number 6. Sophia now, her spare attempt on lane 5. Oh, thought she was going to get it. Picks up 3 out of the 4. Keegan now, lane number 7. There's a strike for her, knocks all 10 back. Six count for Tinora on lane 6. Alexa up for Napoleon on lane 5. Picks up 9, leaves the 5 pin. Ariana now, lane number 7. Comes in a little bit high, picks up 9, leaves the 6 pin. Spare attempt by Tinora, unsuccessful on lane number 8. Ariana, second ball. Misses her spare opportunity. Logan Hunneman finishes with a 201 on the boys' side. Seven count for Tinora on lane number 8. Spare pickup for Tinora on lane number 6. Carly up now, lane number 7. And a strike for Carly. Tenora's fourth bowler finished with a 149. Macy Eicher picks up 6 on her first ball, leaving the 1, 2, 4, and 9. Tinora misses a spare opportunity on lane number 8, ends up with 7 total for the frame. Macy now, spare attempt. Misses. Or picked up 1, I'm sorry. Ashton finished with a 169 on the boys' side. There's a strike for Tinora on lane number 7. Tenora's first bowler finished with, on the boys' side, finished with a 119. Preston finished with a 140. Sophia up now, lane number 6. Goes left or right of the head pin, picks up 9, leaves the 10 pin. Riley finished with a 204 on the boys' side. Tenora's second bowler on the boys' side finished with a 181. Spare attempt there by Ariana, successful. Sophia now her spare attempt. Picks it up. Tenora's fifth bowler finished with a 232. Macy picks up 7 on lane number 5. Tinora picks up a total of 7 pins on lane 7. Alexa with a strike on lane 6. Brennan finished with a 192 for the boys. And Tenora's third boy bowler finished with a 156. Macy picks up 1 more for a total of 8 on lane 5. Keegan now with 3 strikes in a row. Just gonna strike on lane 7. That was her 3rd in a row. Strikes in the 7th, 8th, and 9th frames. Ariana up lane 7. Sophia on lane 5. Ariana with 9, leaving the 10 pin. Sophia picking up 8, leaving the 1-2. So I've got a total for the Napoleon boys of 906, for Tinora 837, so a difference of 69 pins. Ariana picks up her spare, that's in the 9th frame. Sophia, her spare attempt, also in the 9th frame. Got it. Tinora picking up 8, leaving the 5-8. That was on her 2nd ball. So a total of 8 pins for the 9th frame. Tinora picking up 1 additional for a total of 6 pins in the 9th frame on lane number 6. Carly now on lane number 7. Oh! Good looking ball, and it split, leaves the 8-10. Alexa with a strike in the ninth. That's a double for her now. That was on lane number 5. Tinora splitting, ends up leaving the 7, 9, and 10, picks up 7. 7 count for Tinora down on lane 8, leaving the 3, 6, 10. Carly picks up 1 out of 2 for a total of 9 in the 9th frame. Tinora starts the 10th frame with a strike over on lane number 5. She'll get 2 more. Tinora picks up the spare on lane number 8, picks up 2 out of 3 on lane number 6. Tinora picks up 7 on lane number 5, leaving the 1, 2, and 9. And a strike for Tinora to start the 10th frame on lane number 7. Keegan picks up 9 on lane number 8 to start the 10th frame, leaves the 9 pin. Macy picks up 6 on her first ball on lane number 6 in the 9th frame. Tinora's final ball, 10th frame, won't get any additional, so she'll finish with a 127. Tinora's second ball, 10th frame. On lane number 7, picks up 5. Nice pickup there by Macy, picks up the washout, the 1, 2, 4, and 10. So a spare for her in the 9th. Keegan, spare attempt, picks it up on lane number 8. She'll get 1 more ball in the 10th. Tinora girls on lane number 5, pick up 8, leaving the 6, 10. Sophia now, lane 6. Needed just a little bit more speed, I think, on that one. Ends up leaving the 5, 9, picks up 8. Tinora won't get any more. On lane 5, finishes with a 97. Tinora up now on lane number 7. Her last ball. And she'll finish with a 102. Keegan now, lane 8 with a strike, and she finishes with a game of 188. Sophia now, spare attempt. Picks it up, she'll get 1 more in the 10th. Strike for Tinora on lane number 7. Ariana up lane number 8. Picks up 7, leaves the 2, 4, 5. Macy ends up with 5 more, finishes with 121. Sophia now, last ball, 10th frame. Picks up 9 more and finishes with a game of 156. Ariana, spare attempt, lane 8, picks it up. She'll get 1 more in the 10th. Tinora on lane 7, picks up 9, leaves a 10 pin. Alexa getting 9, leaves the 5 pin on lane number 6. Ariana picks up a strike on her final ball in the 10th and finishes with a 192. Tinora's spare attempt on lane 7, misses. And she finishes with a 119. Carly with a strike to start the 10th frame. Looks like we're waiting for a ball to come back on lanes 5 and 6. Carly now, second ball, 10th frame. Picks up 8, leaves the 2-8. Carly now, last ball, 10th frame. Picks it up and ends up with a 175. All right, Alexa's ball is on her way back to her. All right, Alexa takes aim at her spare. Got it, so she'll get one more in the 10th. All right, Alexa, last ball, 10th frame here. Ends up pulling that one, left of the head pin, picks up 8. Ends up leaving the 5-10, but it won't matter. So she'll finish with a 149. All right, switch back to the boys match. Andrew Gallagher, spare attempt on lane number 3. Gives it a nudge, it goes over. Brennan also picking up a spare on lane number 1 for Napoleon. Tinora with a spare, successful spare on lane number 2. And Tinora with a strike on lane number 4. Riley Ehlers now, lane number 3. Crushes all 10 back into the pit. There's a strike for him. So I've got a total of 860 for Napoleon and 566 for Tinora, a difference of 294 pins. Tinora just got 9, left a 9 pin on lane number 2. And a split for Tinora, leaving the 4 and 10 on lane number 1. Tinora up on lane 3, swings that one out wide, ends up getting 9, leaves a 7 pin. Logan Honeman up. Missed spare opportunity for Tinora on lane 2. And a 9 count for Logan on lane 4, leaves the 10 pin. Tinora picks up 1 out of 2 on lane number 1. And Tinora won't pick up their spare on lane number 3. Slade McCorkle up now for Napoleon on lane number 2. Nice ball for him, picks up the strike. That's a double for him with strikes in the 4th and 5th. Logan now, spare attempt on lane 4. Got it. Tinora up lane number 3. And it splits on him, leaves the 2, 8, and 10. Pickup of 7. Brennan getting 9, leaves the 4 pin on lane number 2. Andrew up now on lane 4 for Napoleon. Nice ball from Andrews, all 10 for the strike. Tinora picking up 2 out of 3 on lane number 3 for a total of 9 in the frame. It's the 5th frame. Brennan picking up a spare on lane number 2. Riley Ehlers now on lane 4. Ends up getting 9. Leaves the 4 pin. Tinora picking up a spare down on lane number 1. I believe that was the 10 pin. Tinora now, lane number 2. Left-hander gets a strike. Logan up on lane number 3 for Napoleon. And Slade up on lane number 1. Logan with a strike, Slade with a strike. Slade with 3 in a row now. Logan just getting back on the strike train. Had strikes in the 3rd and 4th frames, spared in the 5th, and now back with another strike in the 6th. Brennan coming in light, missed the head pin, picks up 7, leaving the 1, 2, 8. Tinora picks up the 2, 8 spare on lane 2. Andrew Gallagher now, lane number 3. Picks up 9, leaves the 10 pin. Tinora with a strike on lane number 4. Spare there from Brennan on lane number 1. Tinora coming in light on lane number 2, picks up 5. Andrew now, spare attempt on lane 3. Got it. And a strike for Tinora down on lane number 1. Spare attempt from Tinora on lane 2. Gets 4 out of the 5 for a total of 9. Tinora with another strike down on lane number 1. Manages to get the 7 pin to kick out. Riley going a little high, ends up leaving the 6-10, picks up 8. Tinora, second ball, gets 9. So a total of 9 for the frame. Slade up now, lane 2, and he splits, leaves the 4, 6, and 7. Riley picks up the spare on lane 3. Slade trying to get at least 2 here on lane 2. Oh, and Slade misses. He doesn't get any, so he'll finish the frame with 7. Logan picking up 9, leaving a 6 pin, or I'm sorry, a 3 pin. Nice pickup there from Tinora on lane number 1. That looked like the 3-10 pickup. 9 count for Tinora on lane number 3, leaving a 3 pin. Brennan up now, lane number 2. There's a strike for Brennan on lane 2. Slade up now on lane 1. Logan up on lane 4 for his spare attempt. And a strike for Slade and a spare for Logan on lane number 4. And a strike for Tinora on lane number 2. Tinora converts their spare on lane number 3. Brennan with a strike down on lane number 1. That's a double for him. Andrew Gallagher with a strike on lane number 4. And a strike over on the Brooklyn side for Tinora on lane number 3. Tinora on lane number 1. Picks up 8, leaves the 2 and 4. Riley now on lane 4 for Napoleon. Leaves a solid 10 pin. Tinora gets a strike on lane 2. Tinora now, spare attempt on lane 1, picks it up. 9 count for, oh, he gets it. Late Messenger rolled over, took out the 10 pin on lane 3 for Logan, gets a strike. Riley picks up his spare on lane 4. Slade now, lane number 2, comes in light and pays full price, leaving the 210 split. 9 count for Tinora on lane number 1, leaving the 3 pin. Andrew up now, lane number 3. Nice ball from Andrew that doubles up in the 8th frame. So strikes in the 7th and 8th. Spare from Tinora on lane number 1. Slade now with the split here, trying to get to the left side of the 2 pin. Ends up picking up 1 out of 2. So he'll end up with a 9 count in the 9th frame. Riley with a strike in the 8th frame on lane number 3. Tinora coming in light on lane 4. Ends up leaving the 1, 2, 4, 6, and 10. 9 count for Tinora down on lane number 1, leaving the 7th pin. 8 count for Brennan, leaving the 2, 4 on lane 2. And a split for Tinora on lane number 3, leaving the 3, 6, and 7. Tinora picks up 3 more for a total of 8 on lane number 4. Missed spare opportunity by Tinora on lane number 1. Entering the 10th frame in lanes 1 and 2, Tinora, 10th frame. Starts out with a strike. Logan with a strike in the 9th frame on lane number 4. Spare attempt from Tinora on lane 3, picks up 2 out of 3 for a total of 9. Slade McCorkle splitting, leaves that 210 again on lane number 1 this time. Andrew coming in light and ends up leaving the 2, 4, 8, and 10. Tinora, second ball, 10th frame, comes in light, ends up leaving the 1, 3, 6, and 7. Tinora gets 8 on lane number 3, leaves the 6, 10. Slade now, spare attempt, lane 1. And he picks it up, nicely done. Andrew now picks up 3 out of 4, so a 9 count for him in the 9th frame. So Tinora's first bowler finishes with a 210. Riley up now, lane number 4. Tinora's second bowler starts the 10th frame with a strike. Riley with a 6 count, leaving the bucket. Slade with a strike on his final ball, 10th frame, finishes with a 177. Tinora, second ball, 10th frame, Another strike for Tinora. Riley now, spare attempt, 9th frame. Picks it up. Brennan starts the 10th frame with 8, leaving the 1-2. Logan starts the 10th frame with a strike. That's his 3rd now. Strikes in the 8th, 9th, and now the start of the 10th frame. And Tenora's 2nd bowler finished with 5 on his final ball, finishing with a 2-0-2. Strike for Tinora, 4th bowler to start the 10th frame on lane number 4. Brennan did pick up a spare on lane number 1. Tinora picks up 7 on lane number 2, leaving the 2-4-5. Logan now, 2nd ball, 10th frame, lane number 3. Picks up 9, leaves a solid 4-pin. And 9 count for Brennan. And Brennan will finish game number 2 with 201. Tinora picks up 8 on lane number 4, leaving the 3-9. Logan now, final ball, 10th frame. Missed his spare, so he'll finish with a 237. Tinora picked up their spare on lane 2. Tinora picks up 1 more on lane number 4, and he'll finish with a 141. Andrew starts out the 10th frame with 9, leaving a solid 10-pin. Last ball, 10th frame for Tinora on lane number 2. And he'll pick up 8. Looks like a 155. Up 156. Tinora starting 10th frame on lane 4 with a strike. Andrew now, spare attempt. And he missed his spare attempt, so he'll finish with a 182. That'll bring Riley up on lane number 3 as Napoleon's final bowler in this game number 2. We'll switch over to the girls match here as soon as the boys are finished. And a 9 count leaves the 9-pin, does Riley on lane number 3. Tinora comes in light, misses the head pin, picks up 7, leaves the 128 on lane number 4. Riley now, spare attempt. Got it. Tinora, last ball, 10th frame. Picks up 2 out of 3. Finishes with a 138. Riley resets. Riley with 9 for his final ball, finishes with a 181. All right, so we'll switch to the girls. I've got an unofficial total of 978 for the boys in game number 2. That brings them up to 1884. And 847 for Tinora in game number 2, bringing them up to 1684. A difference of 200 pins going into the Bakers. Lily picks up 7 on her first ball in the 5th frame. Raven picks up 2 out of 3. Looks like she's bowling as Tenora's 3rd bowler. Tinora coming in light on lane 7, leaves the washout, 1, 2, 4, and 10. Lily, spare attempt on lane 6, picks it up. Keegan picking up 7 on her first ball in lane 8, leaving the 3, 6, 10. Sophia up now, lane number 5. Picks up 7, leaves the 4, 7, and 9. Tinora with a strike on lane number 6. So, even though this is off camera, Andrew starts out Baker game number 1 with a 9. Ends up leaving the 7 pin. Sophia picks up 2 more, ends up with 9 in the 6th frame. Tinora missed their spare attempt on lane number 7. Tinora boys pick up 9 on their first ball, left a 10 pin. Keegan picks up her spare on lane number 8. Andrew missed his spare on the first frame of the first Baker game. Lily now up on lane number 5. Missed the head pin left, ends up leaving the 1, 3, and 6. Another strike for Tinora, this time on lane number 7. Strike for Ariana on lane number 8. Tinora, lane number 6, comes in light, misses the head pin, leaves the 1, 2, and 4. Tinora boys picked up their spare first frame of the Baker game. Lily picks up 2 out of 3. Raven up now, missed the head pin, picks up 3. Slade got 8 on his first ball, left the 2-8, picks up the spare. Tinora with a strike on lane number 5. Tinora boys missed the head pin on their third frame of the Baker game. Pick up 7. Keegan now, spare attempt, picks it up. That's in the 8th frame. Tinora leaving the 2, 4, 5 on lane 5. Raven picking up a few more, ends up with a total of 7. Tinora boys pick up their spare in the 3rd frame. Strike for Napoleon just a moment ago. On the boys' side, another strike for boys, this time coming from Logan Honeman in the 5th frame. Six count for Tinora on lane number 8. Tinora with a 9 count, leaving a 10 pin. Sophia picking up 8, leaving the 1 and 3. Carly up now, lane number 7. This is her 8th frame, a strike for Carly. Raven picking up 8, leaving the 5-10. Tinora with a spare in the 5th, or I'm sorry, 4th. Ashton is the 5th bowler, sorry. Strikes for Napoleon boys in the 3rd and 4th frames of the first Baker game, followed by Ashton with a 9 spare. Sophia picked up her spare on lane number 6 just a moment ago. Raven now won't get any additional, ends up with 8 for the frame. Tinora with 7, ends up leaving the 3, 6, and 9 after a nice run of strikes by her. Lily picking up 9, leaving a 5-pin on lane number 6. Strike for Napoleon in frame number 6. That must have been from Andrew. Slade up now, picks up 9, leaves a 10-pin. Tinora ends up with a total of 8 in the 5th frame. Lily now, spare attempt, lane 6, picks it up. So spare for Lily in the 7th frame of game number 2. I'm sorry, that's Keegan with the strike in the 9th frame on lane number 8. Tinora boys with a 9 count on their first ball in the 6th frame, leaves the 10-pin. Tinora picking up 6 on lane number 7. Ariana now, lane number 8, goes a little high, leaves the 4-7. Sophia with a strike on lane number 5 for Napoleon. Tinora misses the pocket on lane 6, picks up 4. Tinora boys do pick up the spare in the 6th frame. Strike in the 8th for Napoleon. Logan up now in the 9th frame of this first Baker game. Goes high, picks up 9, leaves just the 10. Tinora picks up a few more, or 3 more, for a total of 7 in the 8th frame on lane number 6. Lily picked up 7 on her first ball. She gets ready to make her spare attempt at the 2-4-5 on lane number 5. And she'll pick up 1 out of the 3 for a total of 8 in the 8th frame. Carly up now, lane number 8. And a strike for Carly, a double for her. Tinora boys with a 7 count in the 8th frame. Logan missed his spare attempt in the 9th, so an open in the 9th for Napoleon. Tinora picking up 9 on lane number 5, left the 10-pin. Tinora picks up their spare in the 8th frame on the boys' side. Nice pickup by Tinora, picking up the 3-10 on lane number 7. Ashton starts out the 10th frame with 9, leaving a 2-pin. Tinora makes their spare on the girls' side, lane number 6. Ashton picks up his spare. Keegan with a strike to start the 10th frame on lane number 7. Tinora girls, 8 count on lane 8, leaving the 5-8. Tinora missed their spare opportunity on frame 9 of this first Baker game on the boys' side. End up with a 9 total for 150 in the 9th. And Ashton strikes out in the final ball of the 10th frame, finishes with 186. Tinora boys start the 10th frame with an 8 count. Keegan up now, second ball, 10th frame on lane number 7. Picks up 6, leaves the 2, 4, 5, and 7. Tinora missed a spare opportunity on lane number 8. Raven now picks up 1 out of 2 for a total of 9 in the 8th frame. Spare for Tinora boys in the 10th frame. They'll get 1 more. Spare by Tinora girls on lane number 5. That in the 9th frame. Keegan now, last ball, 10th frame. Picks it up, and she'll finish with a 167. Tinora boys pick up 7 more, so they'll finish with a 167. Ariana starts the 10th frame with a strike. Raven picking up 7 over on lane number 5, leaving the 1-3-9. Tinora girls won't get any additional in lane number 8. So the 4th girl bowler finished with an 80. The 5th girl bowler for Tinora finished with a 218. Ariana picks up 9 on her 2nd ball in the 10th. Raven picks up 1 out of 3, ends up with 8 for the frame. Ariana, last ball, 10th frame, picks it up, finishes with a 191. Lily now goes left of target, picks up 7, leaves the 139. Andrew gets things started for the boys in the 2nd Baker game with a strike. As soon as the girls' 2nd individual game is over, we'll switch to the boys. Carly up now, left lane, lane 7. Goes high, ends up leaving a 3-10 split. Lily picks up her spare in the 9th frame. Tinora boys go 7 spare in the 1st. Slade comes up, goes light, picks up 7. Carly now, spare attempt. Won't get any additional pin count. And we'll finish the game with a 201. Sophia picks up 9 on her 1st ball. Tinora picks up 4 on her 1st ball in lane number 6. Slade now, spare attempt for the boys. Got it. Tinora boys start out with the 2nd frame of 9, spare attempt upcoming. Picks up the 10 pin. Sophia now, spare attempt, lane number 5. Got it, she'll have 1 more. Preston up now for the boys on lane 4. Comes in light, ends up leaving the 2, 4, and 10. Gets the 8 pin to drop. Strike for Tinora boys in the 3rd frame. Tinora's 1st female bowler finished with a 109. Sophia now, her final ball. Another strike by Tinora on the boys' side, so back-to-back strikes for them in Baker game number 2. And Sophia picks up 8 more for a 152. And Tinora starts the 10th frame on lane 6 with 8, leaving the 3-9. Preston picks up 2 out of 3, so a total of 9 in the 3rd. Napoleon sits at 46 in the 3rd with an open. Lily now 10th frame, lane number 5. Ends up picking up 8, leaving the 4-7. Brennan Babcock up for Napoleon. Strike for him. That in the 4th frame of the 2nd Baker game. Tinora picks up their spare on lane number 6, 1 more in the 10th. Tinora picking up 7 to start the 5th frame. Lily picks up her spare. She'll get 1 more in the 10th. Ashton Kiesling now for the boys. Misses the head pin. Ends up leaving the 1, 2, 4, 6, and 10 for a total of 5. Tinora picks up 4 more on lane 6, ends up with a 143. Lily picks up 7 more, ends up with a 136. Ashton picks up 4 out of 5. Raven now, her final, or 10th frame. Missed the head pin, ends up leaving the 1, 2, and 9. Andrew up now, 6th frame. Gets a strike. Tinora in the 6th frame, got 7 to start and opens. So Tinora sitting at 110 in the 6th. Raven now, spare attempt, won't get any additional. Ends up with 76. All right, switch to the boys. Strike for Tinora, that's 3 strikes in a row now. Preston with 9 in the 8th frame, left the 10 pin. Looking for a spare ball. Nine count, left the 5 pin, Tinora boys on lane 3. Preston missed his spare attempt, so 111 in the 8th frame. Sophia starts off the girls with a strike. Brennan up for Napoleon now. Gets 9, leaves the 4 pin. And Tinora boys missed their spare attempt in the 10th and finished with 197. Brennan now, spare attempt. Got it. Best Napoleon can do is a 161 if Ashton strikes out here. So Tinora with 8 on their first ball. Spare attempt underway for the girls' side, picks up the spare. Lily got 7 on her first ball, spare attempt. Picks up 2 out of 3 for a total of 9. Ashton now, start the 10th frame, that one goes high, picks up 9. Left a 3 pin. Nine from Tinora girls on lane number 8, left a 5 pin. And Ashton misses his spare attempt. And a 139 for Napoleon. So right now I've got, after 2 Baker games, Napoleon boys leading 22-09, Tinora with 20-48, a difference of 161 pins. Tinora girls missed their spare attempt in the second frame. Keegan got 9 on her first ball in the third, left the 5-pin. Keegan, spare attempt. Got it. Tinora girls, third frame. Goes left of target, missed the head pin, leaves the 1-3 for a total of 8. Ariana picking up 8 on her first ball in the fourth frame, leaves the 4-7. Tinora boys start out with a strike in the first frame of the third and final Baker game. Strike for Tinora, spare for Tinora girls. Spare for Ariana in the fourth frame. Tinora boys, 6 count, leaving the washout on the lane number 3. Logan Honeman up now, lane 4 for Napoleon. Ends up picking up 8, leaving the 4-8. Tinora girls got 7 on the first ball in frame number 4. Tinora boys pick up 1 additional for a total of 7. Carly picks up 9, leaves the 9-pin for the girls. 8 count for Tinora boys in the third frame, leaving the 3-6. Tinora girls pick up 2 additional for a total of 9 in the fourth frame. Logan now spare attempt. Picks it up. Carly picks up her spare for the girls. Tinora girls picking up 9, leave the 9-pin in frame number 5. Strike for Brennan on lane number 4 for the boys. That in the third frame. Sophia gets 8, ends up leaving the 5-10. Ashton now, strike for him. Strike for Tinora boys just a moment ago on the left lane, lane 3. Tinora up now for the 5th frame. And another strike for the boys. That's a double for them. Tinora girls missed their spare opportunity. Ends up with 9 total in the 5th frame. Sophia now, her spare attempt. Picks up 1 out of 2 for a total of 9 in the 6th. Eight count for Tinora girls, leaving the 7-9. 8 count for Tinora boys, leaving the 4-7 on lane 3. Spare pickup there by Riley on lane number 4. Lily picks up 6 on her first ball in the 7th frame, leaving the 1, 2, 7, and 9. Spare attempt by Tinora boys. Misses, so an 8 count in the 6th frame for a total of 87. Preston picks up 6, leaving the 2, 4, 8, and 10. Another washout for Tinora boys on lane number 3. Lily picked up 1 additional for a total of 7 in the 7th frame. Brings up Keegan for the girls. Keegan getting 8. Preston getting 9 total in the 6th frame. Tinora boys won't get any additional, ends up getting 6 total in the 7th frame. Tinora girls missed their spare opportunity in the 7th frame, ending up with 9 total. So Keegan left with the 310. Logan Honeman up now on lane number 4 for the boys. Gets a strike. Seven count for Tinora boys on lane number 3, leaving the 1-3-6. 9 count for Tinora girls, leaving a 6 pin on lane number 8. Keegan now spare attempt. Picks up 1 out of the 2 for a total of 9 in the 8th frame. There's a strike for Brennan for the boys on lane number 4. Ashton with a strike to start. I'm sorry, that's the 9th frame. So strikes in the 7th, 8th, and 9th frame for Napoleon boys. 9 for Ariana to start the 9th frame, left a 10 pin. Spare attempt from Tinora girls, successful in the 8th frame. Another strike for Riley this time to start the 10th frame. Ariana picking up the spare in the 9th. Tinora boys missed their spare in the 10th frame and finished with 130. Another strike for Riley on lane number 4, 2 in the 10th for him now. Carly picking up 9, leaving a 2 pin. Tinora girls pick up their spare in the 5th or in the 9th frame. Another strike from Riley, 3 in the 10th to finish at 231. All right, we're going to switch over to the girls' match. I'll get you the score for the boys here momentarily. Carly picking up the spare in the 10th. Tinora girls left of the head pin, pick up 6, leave the 1, 3, 8, and 10. Carly now, last ball, 10th frame. Strike here, she can max out at 147. And a strike. So 147 for the first Baker game for the girls. Tinora now, spare attempt on lane 8. Picks up 1 and finishes with a 119. Get the score updated here. All right, so I've got the boys, Napoleon boys winning 24-40 to 21-78, a difference of 262 pins. The boys had 1884 in the individual games, 556 for the Baker totals, averaging 187.69. And a strike from Alexa. A 7 count for Tinora, leaving the 1, 2, and 4. Macy starting out with 7, leaving the 3, 6, 10. Tinora girls picking up 2 for a total of 9 in the first frame. All right, so 4 for Tinora to start the second frame. Macy did pick up her spare. Keegan picks up 9 on her first ball, left the 4 pin. Keegan, spare attempt, misses. Strike for Tinora on the right, or I'm sorry, the left lane in frame number 3. 8 count for Ariana on her first ball, leaving the 3, 6. 7 for Tinora, leaving the 1, 2, and 4 on lane number 7. Ariana now, spare attempt. Picks it up. This is Baker game number 2 for the girls out of 3. Tinora, spare attempt, picks it up. Carly up now for Napoleon, 5th frame. And a 9 count leaves the 10 pin. For Tinora, leaving a 6-10 on lane number 7. Carly picks up her spare. Tinora now spare attempt, left lane. And she'll end up with 8 total for the frame. Alexa Miller now, left lane. And a strike for Alexa. Tinora now, left lane. Comes in light, leaves the 1, 2, and 4, picks up 7. Macy picking up 9, leaving a 10 pin. Spare attempt by Tinora. Ends up picking up 1 out of the 3, so a total of 8 for the 6th frame. Macy now, spare attempt. Got it. Tinora now, 7th frame. Remember, this is Baker game number 2 out of 3. Picks up 9, leaves the 7 pin. Keegan pulls it left to the head pin, ends up missing it, leaves the 1, 3, 6 for a total of 7 and on her first attempt. Spare attempt by Tinora girls here. And unsuccessful. So a total of 9 in the 7th. That gives them 80 in the 7th. Keegan picks up the spare in the 8th frame. Nine count for Tinora, leaving a 7 pin on lane 7. Ariana coming light into the pocket, and it splits. Ends up leaving the 2, 4, and 10. Not sure if she may have started that one just a little bit outside, but it couldn't quite get back all the way. Missed spare opportunity by Tinora in the 8th frame, total of 9. Ariana picks up 1 out of 3, so a total of 8 for her in the 9th frame. Napoleon sitting at 149 in the 9th with an open frame. Tinora picking up 6, leaving the 2, 4, 5, and 7. Carly up to start the 10th frame. Picks up 9, leaves the 4 pin. Tinora picks up their spare in the 9th. Tinora up, ready to start the 10th frame. And she won't get any count for the first ball, so ends up with 99 total in the 9th frame. Oh, and Carly missed her spare attempt in the 10th and finishes with a 158. Tinora now, second ball, 10th frame. And she picks up 8, and they'll finish with a 107. So right now I've got an unofficial score of 20-12 for Napoleon girls to 14-18 for Tinora girls. Difference of 594 pins. All right, getting ready to start the third and final Baker game. Alexa up to start things off. Ends up with 9, leaves the 10 pin. Tinora up now. We get the first frame started. And pulls that one. And Alexa missed her spare attempt. They'll end up with 9 for the first frame. Macy with 9 leaves the 10 pin to start the second frame. Seven for the second ball of the first frame for Tinora. So a total of 7 in the first frame. Macy now, spare attempt, got it. Six count for Tinora on their first ball in the second frame. Brings up Keegan now. Keegan with 7, leaving the 3-6-10. Tinora picks up 1 more for a total of 7 in the second frame. Tinora getting ready to start their third frame. And a strike for Tinora girls. Keegan now, spare attempt. Got it. Ariana up now for Napoleon. Nice ball for Ariana, the strike. Tinora ends up splitting, picks up 6, leaving the 6, 7, 9, and 10. Carly's next up, trying to double up on Ariana's strike. Picks up 8, leaves the 6, 10. That one looked like it went maybe just a little high. Spare attempt from Tinora. Picks up 3 out of the 4 for a total of 9 in the 4th frame. Carly, spare attempt, falls off, won't get any more, ends up with 8 total in the 5th. Tinora picks up 9 to start the 5th frame. 3rd Baker game leaves the 8-pin. Alexa now up, lane number 7. That one goes a little left of the head pin, leaves the 3-10 split. Spare attempt from Tinora on lane number 8. Got it. Alexa picks up 1 out of 2 for a total of 9 in the 6th frame. Tinora, that one goes high, picks up 9, leaves the 3-pin. Macy picks up 1, ended up pulling that one a little bit. Macy, spare attempt here, lane number 7, left lane. And she pulled it again, picks up about 4 more for a total of 5. Spare attempt from Tinora. Missed it. So Tinora with 70 in the 6th frame. Napoleon with 86 in the 7th. Ariana up. I'm sorry, that's Keegan. Keegan with a strike in the 8th frame. Tinora ends up with 7, leaving the 1, 2, and 4. Now Ariana's up. And a strike for Ariana. There's a double. Tinora now, lane number 8. Ends up picking up 1 more, so a total of 8 in the 7th frame. Carly up now, 10th frame, Napoleon. And gets 9, leaves the 3-pin. Nope, 9-pin, I'm sorry. Tinora up, 8th frame. And she'll pick up, looks like 3. Carly now, spare attempt. Got it, so she'll get 1 more in the 10th frame. Tinora, spare attempt. Picks up all but 1, so a total of 9 in the 8th frame for Tinora. Carly now, last ball, 10th frame. Gets 9, leaves the 10-pin. So they'll finish with a 154. So unofficially, I have Napoleon girls at 2166. They had 1707 for the individual games, 459 for the 3 Baker games, averaging 166.62. Tinora starts out the 9th frame with 7, leaving the 129. Tinora coming up for their spare attempt, 9th frame. Picks it up, nicely done. So their 5th bowler's up to start the 10th frame. Goes left side of the head pin and gets the 1 pin to slide over and eventually fall for a strike to start the 10th. Remember, this is the last regular season match before we get into tournament time. Thursday the 16th, I believe it is. The girls will be starting their sectional tournament. Top 3 teams advance on to district. And top 3 individual bowlers not part of a team will also be advancing to districts. That will get started at 10 a.m. or thereabouts. And then on Friday, the boys will start their sectional. And a spare for Tinora, and they finish with 127. So I've got Tinora girls at 1545, a difference of 621 pins. Get this updated on the screen for you guys. All right, that will conclude today's match. I want to thank everybody for joining us on the live stream. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Join us on Thursday and Friday and support our team as they start the trek, hopefully back to state one more year. So I hope everyone has a good night, and as always, go Wildcats!